What is it about flat Earth that makes people so angry? You know what I mean, right? I'm not crazy, am I? I'm talking about Reddit tier rage. I'm talking about foaming at the mouth, absolute seething. Next thing you know, they're at your door, banging with torches and pitchforks. It's not just the rabble that's coming for you, it's PhDs! It's people that should be making money! They're taking time out of their day to debunk a TikTok video you made, a guy who's got a PhD who should be making money. You think I'm crazy? That's crazy. That's crazy. We're living in an age, a conspiratorial age, where you can say that I believe the birds are surveillance drones. Okay, I believe that. You can tell someone at the grocery store about Epstein's Island, and you might get some disbelief. You'll probably get some people nodding. Say, yeah, that could be true. Everybody knows, okay? The cat's out of the bag. But the flat Earth thing seems to touch a nerve. It shatters the dome of that fragile little snow globe their ego lives inside. Science says, we know. Who's we? By the way, this is a digression, but this is my personal favorite. When a fucking woman says, we sent a man to the moon, that's very funny to me, sweetie pie. You programmed a computer? That's gorgeous to me and sexy. And you're so sweet and good and beautiful. It punctures the hypnotic hum of modernity. It says, hey bro, what if everything you believe is a lie? What if your education is just programming? What if the guy with the blue check and the telescope is just another ape in a lab coat dancing for funding? Flat Earth is social sacrilege. Be very careful where you throw this idea around. More than any crime statistics, more than any denial of historical events, this idea right here, this is nuclear toxic waste that you don't want to touch unless you're ready to handle the real stuff. It's a social sacrilege. It suggests that there's no bottom, that there's no bedrock, there's no consensus reality. It's just a spinning chaos of symbols and half-remembered Science Channel documentaries. It's an abyss that the average person is not ready to gaze into. They need the globe. They need to feel like there's something solid under their feet. Flat Earth is the everyman's anti-intellectualism. Not because he's stupid, but because he's done listening. It's not about proving anything, it's about breaking the game before it starts to break him. You have to understand the mechanisms at play here. It's a cultural bluff call, a joke so sharp it cuts through the veil of modernity. It's a man standing up in the middle of a polite dinner party, calmly placing his napkin on the table and saying, "This was a lovely dinner, and now I'm gonna r*** your wife." The content of the claim doesn't matter. It could be anything. The real assertion is that none of this is real. Say you think 9/11 was fishy, people nod, maybe offer, yeah, I heard about Building 7. Say you believe the Earth is flat, and now you're a threat, a lunatic, a problem. You're a bug in the system that needs to be eliminated. This is literally the plot of The Matrix, okay? Logan Paul talks about this. Flat Earth is the first domino. You can feel the cracks forming in real time. COVID, college, feminism, the Holocaust, gravity. It's all a hoax. All these things propped up by a shared hallucination. And when one guy, just one, has the balls to say, I don't buy it, that punctures the consensus. And now you're a problem. Flat Earth is the cultural equivalent of a suicide vest strapped with toy dynamite. It's harmless technically, but nobody wants to call the bluff. Because you're wrong, you look stupid, and if you're right, well then the Earth is flat and everything is up for grabs. Civilization is a thin film, a brittle glaze. It's not a wall, it's a skin, and beneath that skin is tribe, wrath, blood, and fire. You can walk into a Whole Foods sipping yerba mate, FaceTiming your girlfriend about what art to hang, and you're still only one power outage away from eating your neighbor. The truth is, it doesn't take much. This civilization is a cappuccino, baby. Flat Earth is the first tap on the foam. We've all heard the metaphor of the boiling frog. Can you imagine the chef's horror if the frog started talking back in English? I know you're boiling me. Flat Earth is the dumbest possible idea. It's weaponized stupidity. Not the kind that drags its knuckles, but the kind that knows what it's doing. It's a psyop against the smug. You're the smart one? Well, cool. I think the Earth is flat. Let's talk. You think you know what's best for me? Guess what? I think the Earth is flat, and I'm gonna talk to you about it for a long time. And right there, you flip the table. You've pulled the pin on the reality grenade. It's funny because it hacks the prestige hierarchy. The idea that your Uber driver or the HVAC guy might think we live on a dinner plate is hilarious. That's why it's also terrifying. Once you see it, once you realize how thin the ice is beneath modernity, you can't unsee it. It's too late. The giggle turns into a grin. The grin turns into a smirk. Next thing you know, you're free. You're the Joker. You're free to say, I don't believe your science. You're free to say, oh, you work at a hospital? I'll follow you home and you. Oh, you're a nurse on her lunch break walking around in your scrubs? I'll follow to your car and whip you with a broken glass bottle. Because I'm fucking horny. And my dick does not work. Because of your pills. And now you're dangerous, not because you're correct, but because you've opted out. You've taken your chips off the table like any smart man when he's ahead. Without belief, you watch what happens. The whole system's gonna fall apart. The Sam Hyde Show. They've seen what science brought them. Poverty with Wi-Fi, medicine that makes them infertile and depressed, devices that spy on them and call it convenience, and a free press that lies about what time the sun rose this morning. Flat Earth is us saying we no longer believe in the rules. We no longer believe in you. In fact, I choose to believe in something that makes you insane. Maybe I'll do a little gaslighting for once. It doesn't take much to pierce the membrane. One cunt hair's thickness, that's all it is. The Redditor thinks the flat earther is a fool. But what he doesn't realize is that the flat earther's already closer to the ground. He doesn't have as far to fall. And when the real fall comes, it won't be the homeless guy panicking. It'll be the guy with a psychology PhD crying on the curb, wondering why no one respects his authority anymore. Now guys, I hate to tell you this, but there is no coming collapse. We are in the collapse. We're living through it. This is what it looks like. It's not a mushroom cloud. It's not a stock market crash. It's a slow motion vaporization of meaning. A Supreme Court justice who can't define what a woman is. 6-year-olds being taught about I love science or knowing how to multiply. A White House staffed with people with panic disorders and grinder accounts. Half of all adults addicted to pills, the other half addicted to microdosing. No children, no music, no future. Every appliance you buy has Bluetooth and breaks in 14 months. This is it. This is the fall. And Flat Earth is one of its final, funniest, most cursed artifacts. A last-ditch spiritual firewall. It's the moment the peasant turns to the scholar mid-harvest collapse, mid-village famine, and says, "You don't get to tell me what shape the world is anymore." It's a metaphysical mutiny, the ultimate I'm done listening. The collapse accelerates when enough people realize that the institutions aren't just corrupt, they're incompetent. The experts don't know, the supply chains don't work. The cops won't come if you're a nurse minding her own business on her way home and you get it up the butt from a weird-looking guy. The country is owned, your children belong to the state, your wife is one dopamine hit away from becoming an amateur porn star. So yeah, at that point, the globe starts to look a little optional. Flat Earth is the cracked lens through which people see the bigger picture the way it really is. The rules don't work. Reality is malleable. Truth is a product, and you are on your own. Everything important is disinformation by definition. If no one's lying about it, it doesn't matter. So do I believe the earth is flat? No. And yes. And it doesn't matter. Because belief isn't the point anymore. Conviction is performative. I'll believe whatever I need to believe to see your fucking ass face down in a mass grave.